Thank you for coming. I understand how busy you must be, but I'm glad that you could appreciate you being able to come and sit down and discuss Harry.
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad you could see me. I just wanted to mainly just check in and see how Harry is settling into the school and the class, and if you had any concerns or questions just that may have come up over the last couple of weeks. So, how have you found Harry is settled in? Is he enjoying grade 1?
Harry seems to be really enjoying school and has settled in fairly well. Me and my partner have felt that he's made some positive changes to his development since starting school last year, and we're happy and glad to see him finding more interests, and obviously he's increased his skills on his interests such as his building and love of computers.
Good, yeah, he seems to have adapted to the class and has coped from the transition from prep to grade 1. Has Harry expressed any concerns himself about grade 1?
No, he was really happy to have some of his friends from his prep grade in this class, and he's really enjoyed the programs and the curriculum that have been introduced. We feel that over the last couple of weeks his confidence has really improved, and it's good to see that he's become a much more confident learner.
Yes, so obviously we have a different approach to other schools around the district. We take on the Reggio Emilia approach, and it's based off play-based learning. And it allows children to take full control of their learning. And we encourage the students to ask as many questions and to discover their own ideas that they may have. Harry has taken an extreme liking to this approach, and throughout the last couple of weeks he has created little Lego creations and allowed himself to slowly start building his own city, and sharing obviously with the class his ideas and plans for the future.
I really like that approach, and I think it has helped Harry to become a lot more in tune with his own learning, and he has allowed this discovery to be shown at home as well, which my partner and I are really happy about. Now, I was just curious though, how do maths and English fit into this program?
Of course. So we still follow Ausval's in the Australian curriculum. However, we don't let that dominate the children's learning. So in the morning we do Ripper reading, which allows the parents to also come in and sit down and interact with the children and listen to them read. This also has helped improve their literacy and reading skills, because if they do it with a partner they can focus on listening as well. We also do a maths circle after recess, and it allows the children to go over maths concepts and processes using concrete material and also relating it to real life as well.
That sounds good. And how has Harry been travelling with his Lexile program? We feel that maybe he's ready to move up a level?
Yes, Harry has improved with his reading, and I do agree with you about moving up a level. But we also ask the children to let us know when they feel comfortable themselves moving up a level. So over the next couple of weeks we're going to be motivating Harry to move up and then just encouraging him with his reading. We are scaffolding him, but we're also allowing him to scaffold himself on a more personal level to make sure that he is ready to move up on his own.
Sounds good. As a parent, I agree that Harry's learning should come from his interests and what he discovers. So I was just wondering how this has allowed his language and social development to grow.
So through his building of his Lego creation, in which I assessed through a learning story, which is pretty much just a short narrative through observation, he was able to plan his building through pictures and words, which he asked for help if he needed to. In regards to his social development, he's been working in teams with the other children if they'd come up and asked if they could join in with his Lego creations, and he's just been able to smooth into that transition of working in teams. As reflected in the early years learning framework, he's been able to reflect outcome through building on his relationships with such as myself and with his peers, and being involved in his own learning a lot more through outcome 4. We're hoping through the use of this learning story to scaffold this become a more personal as well as a class project, and to create our city representing the class and all the different cultures and backgrounds that we have. Harry is willing to plan in the city, and we're allowing him to take full control of the project. So how are you feeling about this project if it goes ahead?
That sounds great, and I'm happy for Harry to engage in a project like that and allow him to also build upon his teamwork skills with the other students. My partner and I are happy to scaffold this at home as well and discuss and research different ideas for buildings and cities.
Great, and through the scaffolding we'll build on his digital portfolio to reflect his learning and to communicate his ideas and any problems that he may find. This will connect with early years learning framework outcome 5 in being able to communicate his ideas through technology, such as a digital portfolio, as well as becoming a more involved learner, which we are aiming for him to do. How are you feeling about the digital portfolio in general?
I think that his portfolio has really helped him with his speech. My partner and I are happy that he's taking pride in reflecting on his own learning and doing this through the portfolio. I like that the digital portfolio allows him to reflect on his own learning, and he's constantly asking what he could do better. And he often makes little notes for himself, which I think has really helped a lot.
Yes, he's always updating his portfolio every couple of days, which I encourage as much as I can. It's become a good way for him to communicate his own ideas and the other with myself, and also the other teachers that do work with him as well. He also places more thoughts into his it also places his thoughts in a more concrete and visible way, which we encourage all children to do.
I'm glad to see that Harry is travelling really well. He's always a bit anxious to start school, but once he does, he seems to find his feet fairly quickly. I'm glad he's able to reflect upon his interests and use them to help him learn. Now, how has Harry been with sitting down? I know he likes to move a lot and likes to constantly be doing something. I just want to see if this has become an issue like it has in the past.
No, he seems to be enjoying the content, which makes it easy for him to sit quietly and stay engaged in group sessions. We try and encourage him to go for a walk if he needs, which he has done a couple of times. But mostly we try and allow the children to move around throughout the whole day. We feel as though that the children are more engaged if they're moving about and going from task to task. So we only try and do really short group sessions and allow for more discovery and personal time.
Great. Well, I'm happy to hear that, and that Harry's been travelling well and that he's been enjoying grade 1. There's been no issues at home, which has been great, and we're glad to see that home and school are really intertwined and connected. Thank you for seeing me.
No, it was my pleasure. Harry's shown obviously great depth in his work and creations, and I look forward to reading his digital portfolio each week. If you ever have any concerns or questions, don't hesitate to ask. You can ring or email me, and I'm happy to discuss any matters that you have. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.